Buenos dias from Tigre. This is our second time here, and if you haven't yet, make sure to check our first video from Tigre. And as we promised, we would come back, and we did come back. Today we will check out some museum from the outside. There is not much to see from the inside, and then we will head to the open market or closed market. Actually, visually it's closed from pictures, but it's open market. There are some restaurants. It's a very popular destination, so see you there. It's much colder now, so there are not as many people. And everything is not that yellow as it was first time when we came here, but still I really enjoyed this place for some reason. I really like the atmosphere here, even though it's a bit colder now. I would definitely recommend coming here anyway, even if it's cold, because it's still a very different place compared to Buenos Aires city center, for example. The water is much dirtier than before, or maybe we didn't notice. There's really a lot of trash. We got here again from Belgrano Sea Station because Retiro seems like it's under construction, and we have been here over a month ago, I believe, maybe even more, and it's still not open. If you end up in such a situation, you can simply just go close to Barrio Chino, to Chinatown. There is Belgrano Sea, and from there you just take the train, and Tigre is the last station, so it's very easy to come here, very, very easy. We spent more time going to Belgrano Sea from Villa Crespo. We spent more time on that than going from Belgrano Sea to Tigre. Because first we had to wait a very long time for buses, 2 times. Then the bus was stopping a lot, or sometimes there was just traffic. And it's also weekends, and there were official day offs several days ago, so there is a lot of people. And so moving around or inside Buenos Aires sometimes can take much longer than going outside Buenos Aires to some other city, for example. Oh, look at this, so stylish. The last time we also didn't use any boats, because there are boats where you can take a small trip across the islands, but you can also use this boat as public transport, and as I know, it doesn't cost a lot either. However, the issue for us is that most of the islands, they are not like very public sometimes, as I understand. It can be some Airbnb, or it can be some restaurant or some villas, for example. So we are not sure which island exactly do we need, where exactly we need to get off, and that's why we were not sure how to navigate, where to go. And we are not sure whether we will try it or not, because we don't want, leave at some island and turns out that there is some private villa nearby, and then we won't be able to see much there, and yeah, it's a bit confusing. We have a neighbor that lives here already for many, many years, but he's not Argentinian. And he told us, I was trying to explain him that situation with islands, and maybe he knew some specific island where it's better to go, but seems like he didn't understand my question. And he was saying, when you rent Airbnb, you should call them or tell them ask them exact location, and then when you need to use the boat, you can tell them where you are going, and they will tell you which boat you need. But we don't know where we want to go, so that's why it's a bit difficult to understand. Also, as I showed you last time, it's very popular here to use kayaking. I'm not sure about the prices or whether we are going to use anything. And also we noticed there are much more of them, because last time there was some, but not so much, as if it's an open season right now or something. And here, this is the Naval Museum. We have been here. If you haven't already, make sure to check out our first video from Tigre, where we checked out this Naval Museum, which turned out actually very interesting. We spent there so much time that's why we had to come back to Tigre a second time, as the museum was much bigger than we thought, and it occupied most of our time there. There is also much more water than previous time, so this pavement is all wet and we have to walk slowly so we don't get wet. We are almost at the museum. It's called Art Museum. Most likely we won't go inside. There is not much to see. But from the outside, it's a very beautiful architecture, and that's one of the reasons why we decided to go there. And in Tigre, you will notice at random places a lot of tiger symbols, because Tigre, it means tiger, and you will see a lot of it here around places. We are almost at the museum, and we noticed that there is some another open market. This is not the main one that we wanted to see here. It's absolutely on the other side. And it's very often in Buenos Aires also that during the weekend there are some open markets with various handmade items, various food, some clothing, some books, a lot of stuff. So let's see, maybe we'll see something interesting here that we haven't seen in Buenos Aires. Handmade items. Some clothing, some stuff for home decoration, more items, a lot of stuff. Sometimes I don't even know what for. Some cute stuff. More items. It can be endless. We reached the food part. There are some empanadas, as always. Hamburgers. Smells something like fish or something. So some hamburgers, panchos, quesadillos. Some popcorn, coffee. When you see these markets several times, eventually it actually becomes a little boring, because most of the time the items, even the handmade items, most of the time they are starting repeating a lot, and they all found some style and they're doing almost the same thing, and sometimes it feels like it's not really handmade and that they just bought from one person and just various people are selling it. For me right now it's not so interesting anymore, because I have seen it so many. I really like the architecture. However, you see here on top there are people walking around, and we want to see this to go up this bridge. However, seems like you have to go inside the museum first, pay for the entrance, and only then you can go up. So seems like we will have to go inside anyway, but the entrance price is very cheap. When I checked it on the internet, it was 300 pesos per person, which is not a lot. So let's find out how much it is now. As always, I hate this part that everything is always closed. There is always some protection, so you can't, for example, go inside and take some pictures there. And I don't understand the point of constantly closing everything down and protecting from something. There are kids doing some handicraft stuff. Naked women. Looks a little creepy, to be honest. Really scary. Adult content. Close your eyes. Naked women. More naked women. Then there is another room with a bit different style. Little statues with some weird face. Another naked woman. One more naked woman. More naked women. Another section with some flowers. This paintings looks like as if it's a kid's drawing, because right next to this room there are children drawing. So as if it's like their drawings there. And some other strange stuff here. Creepy flowers. Looks really strange. What is this? Looks like some alien egg. Yeah. Next we are going on the second floor to see the view from the top, from the bridge that I showed you before. We are on the second floor. There are some pictures of Tigre. Another big room. Let's check it out. Some paintings. Big room with beautiful green curtains and more paintings. And we are here finally. Thank you. They are welcoming us. Oh, and this is this open market. We came down from here. This is the view from the bridge. Just exactly the same like from the bottom. We reached this place, we even entered the museum. Actually the prices have changed. It costed us 500 pesos because I found very new information. It was 300 peso, but anyway, it's still cheap. A lot of different pieces of art. From the inside, the building is much bigger than from the pictures. So there is much more to see because from the pictures that I saw, it looked like it's very, very empty. But it's not. There is something to see. If you like such stuff, maybe you will enjoy it. For me, I think it's not so important. If I could, I would spend more time maybe on exploring some food, maybe, or some more interesting museum. We are not super disappointed, but I wouldn't say it's something special. And to be honest, when we came up to this bridge, views from here are not that special. And I liked seeing this building from the bottom more than from here. After beautiful interior, you see that here on the bridge, the floor is like not even old, but it's like looks horrible. Like you see this beautiful building and then you look down the floor and it looks like horrible. Like what the hell is this? We are heading back to the train station, and on the other side of the train station there is Puerto de Frutos. It's like a open market or like a shopping mall where there are various shops, some restaurants. Also, it's a place where people usually take the boats, the ones that are public transport, used as public transport. And that's where we're going now. It's getting late and I hope we will make it on time and everything will be opened. There are a lot of nice apartments, houses, huge cactus. We also noticed that in Tigre, not everyone has a lot of dogs like in Buenos Aires, and there are more like street dogs like we are used to in Tbilisi, for example. And not a lot, but we have seen a couple. So I think it's just only Buenos Aires where there are a lot of people with a lot of dogs, because in other places mostly like not everyone has dogs. Tiny cozy streets, not much to see here, but I can see a huge cat. Hello! Oh my god, you're so fat! Hi! Hi, fatty! Look at this! Oh my god! Another market that we saw on our way. A lot of handmade stuff, as always. Plants, various handmade toys. Finally found some souvenirs from Tigre. We always buy something. But there is very hard to find normal souvenirs because most of them look super cheap and it's not very beautiful, you know. And maybe we'll just try to find something in Buenos Aires, because there we found many stores that sell various souvenirs and they look much better and they are like worth. We almost reached this Puerto de Frutos, and before you enter this place it starts with an amusement park, and if you had kids it's a great place to have some fun. But of course if you like some amusement parks and you're adults, that's also okay. So here it is on the other side, but we are not going there today. Again, tons of items for sale, mostly some stuff for children, some toys, because it's very close to the amusement park. Next, when you go further, there is a casino right here, and we're definitely not going to casino. Again, a lot of items, some wallets, perfume. We also usually like buying some stuff if it's something super interesting or something like memorable and you will remember about this place. But most of the time the items that we see, it's like, you know, like kind of useless stuff that you will just buy and you will never use. Just to walk around and to watch, it sounds interesting, but most of the items don't look like they are useful. Very often we also see, for example, some type of food, for example some cheese or some sausage, that most of them we have seen in regular supermarkets. So it doesn't make any sense, like why should I buy them if I can just go to supermarket? And very often they are also a little overpriced. We got a souvenir of a tiger, a red one and the blue one. And also we got another red one as a gift, and all three of them costed us 900 pesos. And here is the entrance to Puerto de Frutos. We are finally here. but there are not so many people as we thought there would be. Shawarma. It costs super expensive here, 2,000 peso. Again, some stores. Oh, some gift store. This is the store where we usually buy souvenirs, but we didn't even think that there would be one here. And we already bought the souvenirs, so I guess it's fine. We're not gonna even go inside and check, because maybe we'll find something better and we'll be like, oh no, we should have waited. Mostaza, of course, without it, it's impossible. And tons of other restaurants around the place. A Rainbow Road. Some plushies. We were thinking to find something interesting that we have never tried before. Anything like street food that is not very familiar to us. We hope that we will find something, because we are not super hungry. We already ate before coming out, and we are not sure we want to eat a lot, but definitely we'll try something tasty. A lot of restaurants and really tons of shops of various items. And the area is also very big, and it's getting late and we don't want to walk around when it's too late, because we also need to go back home. And like the place is flooded with tons of stores, and we hardly see any like street food. I hope we will find something. Again, tons of various items, some t-shirts, some baby stuff. Again, some drawings, bags. Oh, those look beautiful. From street food, we found some panchos. It's like hot dogs. And again, another panchos place. It's like hot dogs. And some empanadas, of course. This is the pricing. So 2 panchos for 1,500, 2 hamburgers for 4,100, and choripan for 3,100. And again, a lot of stores. There's even store for bathroom. So after walking around a little bit, we found out that there is not much to see. We were hoping that we would find more street food, we would find some music maybe or something, and like super disappointed, to be honest, because there are like tons of stores with a lot of useless stuff mostly.
Yeah.
And like nothing. Would you come here again?
No, thank you.
We checked out as many places as we could, but anyway, we don't regret coming back to Tigre, because I think it still has this atmosphere that we liked for the first time. However, some places were not worth it, others were nice. I think our first trip here was much more interesting than the second time, but anyway, we're glad we came back, and we definitely recommend you visiting this place. Please make sure to leave your comments what you think, and of course subscribe down below to keep updated with our next videos. Bye bye.
Ciao.
Ciao.